End of the day, right now I'm looking to beat the more popular guy. He might not be the best guy out there, skillful wise, but he's the most popular guy that's been putting in, work. They've been moving him well, and so for me, he'll definitely be a great guy to put on the resume. Even if he loses, it's still Triple G. I'm not frustrated. People, oh, you're frustrated. How can you? I don't live on that. Right now, I'm working on my own legacy, and that's continue to stay active. Fight who we can fight, set up the mandatories, and do what I need to do. So there's no more excuses why you're not fighting Demetrius Andrade or whatever it is that the people are saying. Because you keep me active. I put on them shows. And there's nobody else. The names is coming down to the small window now, and we all have to stop fighting each other. So it's going to happen in the near future regardless. How can I be frustrated when I'm a world champion again? I'm fighting 4 times within the 1 year. I'm getting paid. I'm chilling. My family good. I'm happy. So it's not really nothing much to be frustrated about chasing another man. I'm not,
This is who Demetrius Andrade is fighting. I actually covered Luke Keeler in the most significant fight of his career at that time when he had fought Luis Arias. You probably remember this fight for you hardcore boxing fans, or you heard about it like, oh shit, Luis Arias lost to who? This guy, Luke Keeler. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. I cover every single major fight live. Demetrius Andrade needs a big fight, man. People sick of this shit. I understand it. I understand the politics. I understand it. I understand that it's hard for him to get a big fight, but they got to do something. 28-0 with 17 KOs, WBO 160-pound champion. Let's look at his last several fights, right? Even before Matchroom, right? Should we count the layoff? I'm sorry, we're going to count the layoff. Willie Nelson, Jack Couquet, Alantes Fox, who they tried to get him to fight again, by the way. Walter Katundakwa, Alter the Wolverine, Akhamadaliev, he fought Billy Joe Saunders. Mashoud Shalusky, Luke Keeler. Who is he going to fight next? Here is the rankings. So Canelo Alvarez, he's the franchise champion. I don't count the franchise belt. So Jamal Charlo is the WBC 160-pound champion. So Canelo Alvarez, WBA Super World champion, the only official belt. It's all fucked up. But I'm going to say it's the only real belt I can say that Canelo holds at 160 pounds is the WBA Super World, because it means something in other divisions. The WBA World don't. Ryota Murata just defended his title. He is the WBA world champion. Chris Eubank Jr. in a freak accident when he got the win over Matvey Korbov, WBA interim champion. But he said in the weigh-in toward the fight on Showtime, on the build-up, that he's getting news, or got news, that Canelo is going to vacate that WBA world title. Canelo had Super World title. Canelo has already vacated his 175-pound WBO title. And it's really looking like Canelo's going to compete. All signs are pointing that Canelo's going to be competing at 168 pounds. All signs are pointing that way. So if that were to happen, Murata should be, or likely will be, because Top Rank won't let it happen any other way, be elevated to Super World Champion at 160 pounds. And Chris Eubank Jr. to WBA World Champion. By the way, you see the WBA still ranks Daniel Jacobs, but Daniel Jacobs is done at 160. He's at 168. But these are the official WBA rankings. I just did them last night because the WBA just released them last night. So I'm all the way down to 118, but for the most part, my rankings are legit at FightView360.com. Link down below in the description box. So, what is that next fight if he's going to stay at 160? Who is he going to fight? Jaime Munguia. He's right there. Build it up. Demetrius Andrade's been wanting it. It can be the first big, super significant fight of his career on the zone. Jaime Munguia needs to pay for the demons of him getting that decision that he shouldn't have got over Dennis Hogan, a lot of people feel. Golovkin may be moving to 168 himself. He could be going up there. He's supposed to be fighting Camille Zezmeta in Chicago in March or April, correct? In March or April to defend his IBF title. And if he were to fight Canelo, it will likely be at 168 pounds. Sergey Derevianchenko. Hell, I would like to see Demetrius Andrade versus Sergey Derevianchenko, unless Jamal Charlo fights Sergey Derevianchenko. And I understand, you can see why I haven't mentioned Jamal Charlo, because that's a fucking fantasy fight. Politics, man, will stop that fight from happening. I don't see Jamal Charlo going over to the zone. I don't see it. Even though Eddie Hearn is trying to offer all this money, we haven't seen it happen. Mikey Garcia went over there, though. But Jamal Charlo seems to be Showtime property. That's what it seems like to me. That Showtime is building their roster around guys like, Jamal Charlo, Gervonta Tank Davis, Adrian Broner when he returns, and a couple of other guys. And the other guys are PBC on Fox. Unless something happens with a PBC on Fox fight, they end up on Showtime, like Danny Garcia versus Ivan Rankak when Danny Garcia was supposed to fight Errol Spence on PBC on Fox pay-per-view January 25th. I don't want to see Demetrius Andrade if he beats Luke Keeler, which he should, against a fucking, I don't even want to see him against Liam Williams. Did Liam Williams beat Atlantes Fox? That's how behind I am. And I covered the main event, Dubois versus Fujimoto. Yappy beat him, knocked him out. So that would be the mandatory, Liam Williams. So after Andrade beats, if Andrade beats, no disrespect to Luke Keeler, if Andrade beats Luke Keeler, his mandatory is Liam Williams. And the only way to trump that is maybe a step aside if they allow it. Oh, he's got to fight the unification. Go over to Japan and get some of that Murata money. What's up with Chris Eubank Jr.? But Chris Eubank Jr. is a Al Heyman fighter, even though they haven't really mentioned it yet. Or even though they're not really talking about it. He pretty much looked like an Al Heyman fighter to me. By the way, they got this lost boy looking motherfucker, Jake Paul, on the card too. They're drawing some tickets down in Miami. Tevin Farmer versus JoJo Diaz, marinated a little too. This is a nice, solid card. Especially with Danny Roman returning against I forgot his name. His first name, Akhamadaliev. Like I like that fight. I don't like. Let me tell you what fights I like. I like Tevin Farmer, JoJo Diaz. I like Roman versus Akhamadaliev, and I do want to see the Lost Boy versus the dude he's fighting, Gib. Just hoping that this Gib dude. See, I like Jake Paul. Jake Paul got hands. I don't like Jake Paul. What's the fucking Logan Paul? I like Logan Paul. I don't watch none of his shit though. I just like him in the ring. No homo. But Jake Paul, I don't like this motherfucker, man. Something they ain't right. Something don't sit right with me about him. He don't even got a face. But the dude he's supposed to be fighting, this is the other dude. Both of them don't got no face. It's both they debut. Well, I'm hoping this dude is like a real boxer. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this dude is a real boxer and he going in there to try to fuck some shit up. This is him. We're going to give him a follow. Oh, shit. He got 400. Oh, shit. He got 400,000. Is he a... Oh, he's a YouTuber too? What? So he's a YouTuber.
A while, but it's finally time to answer the question that everyone has been asking me.
Jake Paul versus AnEsonGib. Is that happening on DAZN?
Right now, if you want to see me.
Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? Damn, I don't be knowing nothing. I thought he was, you know what I thought? I thought he was some bum. No disrespect, I don't like calling fighters no bum. But I thought he was some scrub. They found somewhere and said, we're going to put you against somebody. And just, I thought he was some guy off the street that was going to have some default trunks. He's another YouTuber. Eddie Hearn, you promoter of the year, you. Now, Tevin Farmer, JoJo Diaz. Tevin Farmer, about time he fights a live dog. My dog is going crazy. Hey, you need to cut it out. You see me doing a video, man. Don't bring that over here. Don't bring that shit over here, man. Hold up. There we go. Wait. There we go. It's time. So if he gets past Whoever wins between Tevin Farmer and JoJo Diaz needs to go on and fight the winner of well, you have Burchout, who's supposed to be taking on Oscar Valdez. They're working on that. And you're supposed to be having Herring, supposed to be taking on Frampton, but Frampton's got some hand injuries. But whatever they do on their side, Tevin Farmer's got to fight one of them because he may end up having to fight Kenichi Ogawa again as a mandatory. And if he wants to go to 135, then, well, look at this. We got to do a whole video on this up here. Let's not even talk there. So right now, he's kind of trapped at 130 pounds. Remember what happened with this fight. A lot of people felt that Ogawa had beat him. Here, we do a little jump cut. Be right back. I'll show you what I mean. Remember this? So dude is going to end up being his mandatory again.
Protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
You see, and he popped dirty. He popped dirty. And then he had a draw in his last fight. Maybe the IBF ain't update their shit yet. Why is he ranked so high? And I pulled this from the IBF site, so don't fucking get on me about that shit, man. Don't get on me about it. The IBF rankings are just trash. They're just trash. At 130. At 130. Either way, the winner between Tevin Farmer and JoJo Diaz got to do something. That's the point. Because whoever the mandatory is, look at these names. Look at these. Look. Ew, you don't want him to roll around again. And him and Joe No Carroll, Tevin Farmer, Joe No Carroll riding around eating cheesesteaks and shit. So they cool now. Anyway, we're going to be covering the card, and this is a new thing I'm going to be doing where I'm going to be covering full cards in one video to try to like ease the workload, because I've been covering fights on YouTube for so long, so many years, is that now I be knowing who all the fighters is. So sometimes I see cards that be stacked up, and I'm doing 5, 6 post-fight videos, man. 7 like back to back to back. That shit ain't easy. So we're going to be here. I'm not going to the fight. On fight night, Miami fight night, January the 30th. So basically my schedule looking like this. January the 11th, I'm going to be in Atlantic City for the Jesse Hart card. January the 18th here in Philly for the J-Rock Williams card. And then basically, you know, we're going to be busy this card, you know, that next week and a half. This a win? No, this is Super Bowl, right? Thursday night card before Super Bowl Sunday. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.